Well, welcome back to the Piney Woods homestead, y'all. As you can tell, my tractor just got hijacked. Kyla decided to hop on it this morning. She's gonna help me do a little bit of planting. Lisa's down in the big garden, watering, putting MicroBoost to plants, and getting ready to plant some other stuff too, guys. We're gonna work in raised beds today, but I need the tiller out because I wanna rework the ground where the sweet corn's going. Gonna plant candy corn this year, y'all. I grew up eating that stuff, and I just want it this year. Guys, thanks for stopping in. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't. And if you have, as always, y'all, we appreciate you. We'll see you back up here at the raised beds and a little bit of in-ground garden work. All right, I got the tiller hooked up, but before we get up there to those raised beds, I'm gonna show you what Lisa's doing back here. She's using a product called MicroBoost. And it's got a bunch of different nutrients in it: magnesium, sulfur, boron, copper, manganese, and something else I can't pronounce, but the abbreviation is Mo, which is what my nieces and nephews call me, Uncle Mo. So that's pretty cool. But it's all organic, all natural, and it's a good way to give your plants a boost. And so she's going along now and watering in tomatoes, peppers, everything that she's planted. She's planted 100% of this, y'all. All I've done is work the ground for her and help her get her cattle panels and stuff like that up. But while she's working on that, Kyla's going to go with me up to the raised beds. We've got to prep a few of them, pull up a few volunteer tomato plants that Lisa wants to replant.
Because I don't have enough.
Because she don't have enough, like if you didn't hear, she don't have enough of them. So what you got down here now? I can't remember. A couple hundred almost?
Yeah, like 160 some maybe.
160 some, which is pretty good, y'all. But we've got a few volunteered up there and some compost, so we're going to dig those up and let her replant them. But let's get on up there. Enough jacking my jaw.
Yay!
All right, let me have that, oh, where's the shovel?
You told me to put the shovel back.
If you'll grab the shovel, it's sitting on the side of the outhouse there. Y'all, there's a couple of tomato plants in here. One looks pretty good, and they just came up in some old chicken litter. Not sure the variety, probably a hybrid, so there's no telling what might grow on it, but Lisa wants to pluck one up or two and plant them and just see what happens. Right, grab the dirt and all and put her down in there without breaking the plant. There you go, just sit it in there. Perfect. Good enough.
You want to?
And you know what? I think we're just going to take that one, because this one don't look so good. That one looks great.
Yeah, that one looks pretty good.
So if you'll sit that in the shade, it'll stay just fine for now. All right, we're going to fire up that new cultivator of Lisa's and get this bed prepped. Before we can till it all up, Kyla's got to kind of knock all this chicken poo down. And then I'll fire up that little cultivator and let her go to town on it. And it's kind of fitting, Kyla, that you're in here working on this bed, because you filled every bit of the dirt in here with a shovel.
Yeah.
When I built the thing, or you helped. Girl wants to be a farmer. I said, come on, do some farming or gardening. It's all the same. Just depends on the scale. Y'all, Kyla found my pet worm and broke him in half.
He fell.
Good gracious.
Here's his other half.
You can't put Humpty Dumpty back together again.
Hey, but he can be eaten by a fish.
That's true.
So I'm about to plant some Blue Lake green beans, and it is a bush variety. I'm going to be planting them 6 inches apart in this bed, and the only type of fertilizer that's in here is a chicken litter mixture from the compost bin over there. So yeah, and I'm not gonna cover them till they're completely done.
Getting a little far apart. I think you can put.
Want them a little closer?
You just leave it right there.
I'm gonna just add one.
Because these are pretty good. See that right there?
Yeah.
Y'all, we love the Blue Lake variety because you don't have to string them. And they're easy to pick because they grow on a bush, unlike pole beans that you gotta trellis and all that good stuff. Not that those aren't good, a lot of old timers really like that. We just try to do things that maximize yield and are a little bit easier on us come harvest time. But like Kyla said, there is 0 synthetic fertilizer in this bed. It's just composted chicken manure. And it's been composting for several years, because what we topped this bed off with was where we tore down the old chicken coop where we used to have our hens. So the majority of it is hen litter. And it's going to be a slow release because it has been composting for so long. So we will see how long these plants stay good and green. If we see a need for a little extra fertilizer, we'll side dress with a little bit of triple 13 as the plants come up. But I got a feeling we won't have to this year on this bed. You know, we do everything out here on a hybrid method. We do organic methods strictly for our pest control. Yeah, we did use Bug Buster too, but as Lisa pointed out, it's derived from pyrethrin, and it hopefully will soon be on the organic list. So that's the harshest thing we use, y'all, and that's not harsh at all. And we use some synthetic fertilizer when we have to, but for the most part, it's organic methods. Our cover cropping really helps out with adding nutrient back to the soil, so we don't have to use a lot of synthetic fertilizer, y'all. It's just better off that way.
Kind of did this yesterday. So I currently serve, well, I actually just retired as the North Carolina West Central Region Treasurer, where I was over multiple counties in the West Central side. So Randolph County, Davidson County, Guilford County, all of those counties going up towards the mountains.
For what? FFA, right?
Yeah, for FFA. And going towards Raleigh. So I served as the region treasurer for a year, and then I have served as my school's chapter reporter. I served as that last year, and this year I was able to serve as the president for my chapter. So through FFA, I have been involved in multiple career development events, also known as CDEs, and leadership development events, also known as LDEs. I have done poultry evaluation, where I came 38th in the state of North Carolina, and my team placed second in the region in the state. I have done livestock evaluation.
Speaking of livestock evaluation, what do you think of our Hereford pigs that we've been breeding for years to get to a quality genetic?
I think they look very good. They have a very nice finish on the back. They have good meat to them, even though they're breeders. The breeders, every time you look for a breeder animal, you want to look for the conformation of them. And their conformation is very good. They're able to withhold the pregnancies without any sort of failures or anything. So their body conformation is very good, as well as their muscling. I have done, is this a row right here?
Yep, that's a row too.
Okay. I have done extemporaneous public speaking. I don't like that. Where I came third in the region last year and competed at states. And I have competed and I placed second this year in the region, so I will be going back to states this summer. I will be advancing in parliamentary procedure as well with my team. I have competed in agricultural sales, which is what I want to be doing as a career. Agricultural sales, livestock. I think that's it. Yeah, those are my main 5 that I really focus on. But through my time in the FFA, I have done multiple community service projects, multiple events. I actually got to serve as a North Carolina national delegate last year. So I went with the state FFA officers along with 10 other people throughout the state of North Carolina, and we delegated for North Carolina at the National Convention in Indianapolis, Indiana, where I got to spend really a week. I was going, what, Sunday to Sunday? So yeah, we got to do National Days of Service.
Well, what made you want to start FFA, and what made you want to pursue a career in agriculture?
Well, so I grew up on a farm, obviously. Been around farming my whole life.
A small little farm.
Yeah, small little farm, but definitely ag-related. And then once I got into high school, the COVID years of high school, which was my 10th grade year, I had a class and it was animal science. Yeah, animal science, and it was kind of like just production animal based. And so I started doing it online, and like I instantly fell in love with the class over Zoom. So when I actually went back to school towards the end of April, or it was more like the beginning of April, I got really involved with it. And then I ended up meeting some of my best friends there. They convinced me to say the FFA Creed at banquet that year, which was pretty cool. And then they convinced me to run for a officer position. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. But I went for it anyways, ended up getting a position, and it was definitely the best decision I've made throughout high school. Definitely glad I stopped playing sports to do that instead, because I've got a lot more life experience, as well as I've made friends from all over, really all over the world, well, all over the United States. And then it really helped me to decide what I want to do, because I enjoy the agricultural side of things. Like, I like advocating for it. And so whenever I started doing agricultural sales, I realized, ooh, I like, kind of trying to sell somebody a product, and learning that product, and then being able to use my voice to get somebody to try to buy that. And so I like the sales side of agriculture, but I like to definitely make agricultural awareness known to people.
Very good. All the way back. we appreciate you hanging out with us at the Piney Woods as we got green beans, Blue Lake bush beans planted in a raised bed using nothing but composted chicken manure as our fertilizer base. And Kyla got candy corn, y'all. Candy corn. I grew up eating that stuff. My daddy used to grow it in the garden, and it's about the sweetest, best yellow candy corn you can have. So I got that planted this year. Got a 20 by 20 garden full of it, 8 rows. And I'm going to work that with my Hoss wheel hoe this year instead of the disc on the tractor. I got it up here in the yard so that we can keep it watered. Some tricks to corn is plenty of nitrogen and plenty of water. And I can make sure to maintain both of those up here in the side yard. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Hit that like and subscribe if you hadn't. And as always, if you haven't, I get tongue-tied, y'all. I get wore out. We appreciate you very much. We'll get down here and try to help Lisa. She's got plenty more to do, and I'm sure she needs my help. And Kyla, thank you for helping me today.
Of course.
We'll see you on the next one, guys. Oh, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise too high.